Crimes against horses continue in France, and now a calf has been found mutilated in West France. Ranchers are worried all across the country. Our France correspondent David Vivez has the details.
A wave of grisly horse killings and mutilations have hit France's countryside. According to Minister of Agriculture Julien Denormandie, 150 probes so far have been opened across France. For horse breeder Jean-François Decaillot, the fear is real.
Of course, we brought in all the horses which were in fields away from the equestrian centre, so all the horses have been inside since last week.
The brutal attacks, where horses have had their eyes gouged out and ears cut off, have happened across the country. The motivation of those crimes remains a mystery, but some media have reported theories such as satanic cult acts. This is what Mayor of Maison-Lafitte, Jacques Millard, believes.
Crazy people are injuring horses like a fanatic cult, you know. They cut off a ear, they blow up an eye.
The agriculture minister said the crimes are likely being committed by professionals who seem to have some technical expertise. Maison-Lafitte, which is also called the City of Horses near Paris, hasn't recorded any incident so far, but its mayor is worried. Horses are living in open spaces, and he says it's very easy to reach them.
The national police, the city police are patrolling every time, and also we reckon also on the vigilance of our people so that they inform us directly.
Facing these new threats, some citizens are organizing their own groups to patrol horse facilities. Reporting by David Vivez, NTD News.
A statement by Oregon's Republican Party now will be allowed to appear in the voter guide. It was originally excluded due to being filed late by less than a minute. An Oregon judge resolved the dispute over whether the state's Republican Party statement should be allowed to appear in the voter guide. Oregon's Secretary of State previously blocked the statement. She claimed that it was submitted 29 seconds too late. But the Marion County judge ruled that the Republican chairman completed his part of the work before the 5 p.m. deadline. The secretary said she would allow the statement, but appeal the ruling to get full legal clarity about the deadline. Republicans filed a lawsuit in Marion County shortly after the secretary blocked the statement from appearing in the guide. They said the move seemed to be motivated by partisan discrimination. The statement in question submitted by the Republican Party was headlined, "Had Enough? Vote Republican." It denounced Democratic leadership in Oregon, noting issues such as unrestrained rioting in Portland. The Democratic Party of Oregon and 6 other political parties are included in the voters' pamphlet for the November 3rd election. A nationwide survey on Holocaust knowledge has uncovered some shocking results. It found that a majority of Millennials and Gen Z lack basic knowledge about the World War II genocide that gave rise to the promise, "Never again."
63% of Millennials and Gen Z do not know that 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust. That's according to the U.S. Millennial Holocaust Knowledge and Awareness Survey. It's the first 50-state survey on Holocaust knowledge commissioned by the Claims Conference. The researchers interviewed adults aged 18 to 39 across the U.S. The survey also found that almost 20% of Millennials and Gen Z in New York State, which has by far the highest Jewish population in the country, believe the Holocaust was caused by Jews. Nationwide, 11% of Millennials and Gen Z believe this to be the case. We spoke to Rabbi Yaakov Menken, the managing director for Coalition for Jewish Values. According to him, the shocking survey result that some Millennials and Gen Z believe Jews are to blame for the Holocaust is a form of anti-Semitism.
This idea that Jews are to blame for being hated is one of those constants of anti-Semitism.
These results come amidst growing anti-Semitic behavior in the country. According to the Anti-Defamation League, anti-Semitic incidents rose by 12% from 2018 to 2019. That's 2,100 incidents, the highest level since the league began tracking in 1979. Almost half of those surveyed in the new study said they'd seen Holocaust denial or distortion posts on social media, and 10% don't believe or are unsure that the Holocaust happened. There are various new initiatives to counter this disturbing behavior. In December 2019, President Trump signed an executive order on combating anti-Semitism. And in May 2020, the Never Again Education Act was signed in a bipartisan effort to expand Holocaust education. Rabbi Mencken said, unlike some, he is not shocked by the results of the survey.
People do not like to hear about the worst failures of humanity and how barbaric humanity has been unless the narrative is pushed in their faces.
Rabbi Mencken went on to emphasize the importance of educating the public so they understand the history of anti-Semitism and of the Holocaust.
People do need to get an education. People don't realize, for example, that the Nazis started with a boycott of Jews. This is what anti-Semitism has looked like for a few thousand years.
Despite these results, 80% of the respondents believe it's important to teach people about the Holocaust so it does not happen again. Claims Conference President Gideon Taylor says the results of this survey need to serve as a roadmap and wake-up call to us all so the younger generations properly and thoroughly learn about the Holocaust. Reporting by Christina Kim, NTD News.
The Guinness World Records has revealed some of the new stars in its new World Records book.
Professional stunt rider and motorbiker Marco George from the UK topped 76.17 miles per hour on his bike while performing a headstand on the seat, earning the title for fastest speed on a motorcycle while performing a headstand/handstand. 11-year-old Nigerian Eshe Chinoso scored 111 touches or keep-ups with one soccer ball while balancing another on his head. He now holds the title of most consecutive soccer touches in 1 minute while balancing a football on the head. India's 21-year-old Zorawar Singh is a multiple Guinness World Records title holder and has scooped the record for the most skips on roller/inline skates in 30 seconds with 135 skips. He has now smashed his own record, reaching 147 skips. Canadian-born Gary Dushel of Virginia Beach started building his chain out of gum wrappers on March 11, 1965, while at high school. 42,000 hours later, Dushel holds the record for the longest gum wrapper chain at 106,810 feet. And American Paul Scardino can now claim to have the world's largest collection of Funko Pop figurines, 5,306 in total.